A while ago I made a video featuring a set of Slazenger Seve Ballesteros woods and irons. A link to that video can be found above and in the description below. I didn't go into any details about Seve's life and career, as there's already a vast amount of info out there, but I did look at some of the irons with Seve's name on them, and also some of the clubs he played. One of those sets was the wonderfully named Seve Supremo, which was the style he used throughout much of his playing career. I managed to get hold of a set of these recently, so I'm pleased to be able to offer another video inspired by that most charismatic of golfers, certainly in my lifetime, if not of all time.
A treat today, so I'm going to start with the irons. This is a set that have been on my watch list for quite a long time. I didn't think I'd ever actually find any in my budget range really, but I was lucky enough to find a set 2 through to sandwich complete. I'm talking about the Slazenger Seve Ballesteros Supremo. How do I know it's Supremo and not Supremo? Well, because the master himself says so. Let's just have a quick look at a golf match featuring Seve and Jack Nicklaus.
Went this way and then came back.
Supremo?
Supremo. Supremo, not Supremo.
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 Okay.
Good clap.
Let's see, Seve hit a 5.
So you won with a special
I must
prize.
need a 3, huh?
So there we are. The pronunciation is Supremo. Let's start with the irons then. On the table here I have 2, 4, 8 pitching wedge and sand iron. The 2 iron is slightly different from the others. They're often sold separately. A standard set would be 3 to pitching wedge, and this one does differ slightly. If I get the 2 and the 4 here, we can see that the number 2 is slightly different stamping, and it's also got a gold paint infill. And if we look at the back of the heads, the number 4 here, Seve Ballesteros, S Ballesteros, is in black, whereas on the 2 iron, again, we've got a gold paint fill for S Ballesteros. So let's have a look at one of the clubs then. Now we can see the toe profile, very nice muscle back design, quite a bit of weight low down on the face, so these should play very nicely. Nice hosel, no knurling or anything on that. Short plain black ferrule, plain frosted face, no boxing in of the grooves, and the shaft on this particular set R300, so that was a pretty typical dynamic gold shaft. The date for these, I think it's 1986. If it's not, I'll bring up the date somewhere on the screen here.
This is a 3-page advert which begins with an artist's impression of a young Seve on the beach at Pedrena, and it then goes on to show us 2 pages describing the Seve Supremo irons and woods, including the description of the irons forged from stainless steel with a double chrome coating.
So there we are, that's the irons.
I've just realised I forgot to show the grips, so here they are in all their glory, a set of hard cracking Victory Green. Their only redeeming feature is that they're a half-chord set, so hopefully I'll be able to use them in the play section.
Now, I did wonder what woods and what putter to play with this set that I've been looking for so long. I don't have the matching Supremo woods. I don't know whether there was a Supremo putter. I've never seen one if there was. But I've chosen some different clubs altogether really. Right, here are the woods then. As I say, they're a slightly earlier vintage. They are persimmon, which is nice, and a nice bit of grain on the one wood there. And we can see on the sole, Slazenger Bobby Lock 262. The date for these, I can't remember, I'll bring it up here. It's a red, white, red insert, 4 screws. So that we've got a 1 wood there. Also in the set, we've got a 2 wood. Again with an aluminium sole plate. The grain on this one is nicely differentiated. It's almost like a tiger pattern. So that's the 2 wood. And finally we've got a 4 wood. And again it's a Bobby Lock 262. Brass sole plate on this one as you'd expect. The grips on all 3 have been replaced at some stage with a Golf Prize Tour wrap. I do like that type of grip. The shafts, two are this shaft, the one and the forward are a Slazenger Bobby Lock True Temper Pro Fit, and the 2 wood has been replaced at some stage, and on that one we've got a more recent Dynamic Gold R300U. Oh, that's the woods. Nice 1, 2, 4 set of persimmon Bobby Lock. Right, again I wasn't sure what putter to use with the Slazenger Supremo Seve Ballesteros irons, so I've gone for this one. If you've been watching many of the videos, you can probably tell that this is quite an early putter. The face style, obviously pretty early, and it's a coated shaft. Nice black ferrule there, and on the back of it, bring that round so we can see it, we've got the maker, which is Spalding, A.G. Spalding and Brothers, hand forged, rustless, and it's got the anvil cleat mark, which tells us that it was made in Scotland, and it's the G model putter. And on the sole, conveniently, it tells us that this is indeed a putter. If we have a look at the rest of the shaft, there's no shaft label that I've been able to find on there. The grip itself is quite interesting. It's a leather grip, but it does feel as though there's I don't know whether it's a piece of cane or something under there, just to give it a flat side on the front of the putter. So this is where you would put your fingers and your thumbs, so the cane or whatever it is down there just gives you something to line the putter up with. Well, it does feel as though it's moved a bit over the years. So that's the putter, and that completes the set.
Before we venture out onto the course, here are the lofts for the clubs as usual. I'm going to be playing a bogey match against the course, and here are the rules for that format. I was intending to start on the 4th hole, but unfortunately I was waved through and so wasn't unable to film, and hence I'm starting on the 5th hole. Due to my poor level of golf recently, my handicap's gone up a shot, so I'm receiving a shot on this hole now, hitting the 2 wood. I think I had that teed up slightly too high, as it's gone very high, although it is on the course or on the hole. Here I am playing the 2nd, which keeps a bit low, but it does run across the green onto the bank at the back. And here I'm taking a 7 iron, just trying to get this close. And for a second I thought I'd got some of Seve's short game skills there, but then I did this on the tap-in putt. Exit with a sheepish grin. On to the next hole, match all square, and I wish I'd positioned the camera better here, because I hit one of the best shots I hit on the day. I couldn't quite see it from the tee, but when I got up there...
Well, it was better than it looked. See if I can make amends for that bad mess I've just made.
You can see how close the ball pitched. I think I might have pulled that slightly, but I definitely didn't hit it firmly. So that's a par net birdie, and I win the hole.
2 iron time.
As I think I've said before, if I have a 2 iron in the bag, I like to hit it at some point during the video. But it was a mistake here, because that was a big shank right into the long grass.
In the socket there. I'll play a 3 off the tee because I think that's lost.
There was no way I was finding that. So 3rd shot, it is a shot hole. This time I hit it really well. With the dry fairway, it rolls out to 234 yards. So what did I do differently? Using technology, I can't see any difference. even if I slow it down, got the same flying elbow, and this contact looks similar. Even if I use a freeze frame, there's nothing obviously different. I've got the lack of hip rotation as I come through the ball, which has always been a fault of mine. But, well, any experts, please comment. That tee shot left me with a comfortable pitching wedge to the front flag. Unfortunately, I hit a massive fat and it only got about halfway there. Another sheepish grin. This time though, I made a much better fist of it. So this for a 6, already lost the hole. So triple bogey 7, back to all square. On to the next, we've got a side view or front view for a change. I thought this was going to go in the first bunker on the right, but it just crept by and managed to avoid the second bunker as well. Here I am hitting a 5-iron, which I don't catch very well. And I'm left with 137 yards with my 6-iron. But I push this into the deep stuff. And that certainly was a lost ball and the end of the hole. 1 down. Next hole, another shot hole now. And I hit this one high again into the rough down the left. I couldn't get my camera to give a decent angle on this one, so I focused on the lie of the ball and hoped for good contact. I got it out, but not very far. And it left me 115 yards. I hit 9-iron and got it onto the green. So that leaves me this putt for a par, which would be the win, but I'm really just trying to get it close. But it actually goes in. Last hole then, back to all square. I don't feature this one very often, but it's a long par 5. Hit a good tee shot, just a bit of fade on it though, and it creeps into the bunker on the right. But the lie is pretty good and the lip's quite a way ahead, so I take 6-iron and make a nice clean contact. Get this one down, leaving me 118 yards, and I picked 9-iron. And this was probably the best shot I hit all day. Right down the flag, and it runs out to a nice close distance. So here we are on the green, and it's a shot hole, so 2 putts for the win. I've opted for another close-up camera angle here, not because I have 2 shots to win the match, but because I know that I won't be able to resist the temptation to copy Seve's famous celebration when he held the winning putt at St Andrews for the 1984 Open victory, and that would be a very embarrassing sight. And there we are, a birdie to win the match. So let's have a look at Seve's celebration.
A putt that will swing from right to left. Oh, what ecstasy.
There we are, one of the great images of golf. So despite a couple of poor holes and some suspect putting, I managed to win the match this time and make up for the poor showing in the previous video mentioned earlier where I played Seve clubs. Well, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!